guys, it's me, Rachel, here with Senza Tempo Corso, out here with the dogs. Um, so I wanted to do a little update on my boy here. I changed his name. He was not at all responding to culture. I don't think it was his name. I've told you guys before, I'm really weird about names. There's a reason that I typically won't name a dog until I've actually spent some time with him, because I think that every dog has like a name that fits, and culture just wasn't it. He wouldn't respond to it at all. And so I tried Mad Mortigan on him, and he actually did listen to it last night. He did wag his tail, look at me, so I'm switching back to it. Sucks, because I like the name Culture, but he just wasn't responding to it. Cashmere, Blondie, cut it out. So his ears were standing, but it looks like one of them's going back on top of his head, unfortunately. Oh well, we'll have to retape that one. Did change his name back to Mad Mortigan. And got news from his breeder that, as many of you will remember, I was waiting on a female from them out of their male ZZ Top, world champion dog, I believe, right now, or on his way to being one, if he's not already. So the litter was born last night. There was 3 females and 1 male, I believe. Very cool. So one of those is going to be mine. There's 1 black female and I believe 2 brindle females. No telling which one I'll get. It is only going to be determinant on structure, right? That's the most important thing. So color is of no consequence. Now, is there a part of me that hopes that I get the black female? Absolutely. I am partial to the color black. But I am obviously going to go with the female with the best structure. So that's the most important thing. So very, very cutie. Very happy about that. Oh my God, look at these 2 sharing a stick. That's super cute. Super adorable. Super cute. Thuber. Oh, got some community stick chewing going on here. So I wanted to kind of talk about something that I do think is important. I've had quite a few people inquire about a video that they saw posted on YouTube about confidential kennels. And, people shared the video with me, and then I took a look at the video. I watched it, and then I went down into the comments section and looked at the comments. And honestly, I was a bit disappointed because of the amount of negativity that was posted there. And so the thing about it is I know that a lot of people expected me, at least the people that sent me the video, I think they expected me to not like the video, or, kind of be pro attacking this person or whatever. But that's really not how I felt about it. And having said that, I haven't had a positive experience with that kennel either. The woman, Angela, was not very nice to me whenever I inquired. Hey, pretty boy, Valak. You're so pretty. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Are you still on the show for just a second? So I bought Cashmere from a different breeder, and she has some confidential lines in her, and I had inquired about a dog in her pedigree, and I sent a message to Angela, and she ignored she looked at the message but didn't respond, and then she contacted the guy that I bought Cashmere from, and basically was like, I don't know what she said to him. All I know is that he contacted me and was basically like, do not contact my my business partners. If you have a question about your dog or a dog in your pedigree, then you need to contact me and not my business partners. So, and she never responded. And it was a very simple question about a dog's championship title. So it was really petty, in my opinion, for her to behave that way. I've had plenty of people contact me that I studded Preacher out to a couple females, and I've had those people contact me about their dogs, and I've even people that I would not have sold breeding rights to. You know what I mean? I've even had people like that contact me, and I wasn't rude or dismissive to them. And so I didn't appreciate it, but, it's just kind of one of those things where it just is what it is. Having said that, I still don't agree with the way that people are treating her in the comment section of that video. I may not have had a positive experience with her, but the kinds of accusations that are being made against her kennel really are not fair or accurate. You cannot tell what a dog's temperament is like based upon a 15-20 minute video posted to YouTube. There are a lot of different things that can cause dogs to behave in a way that may seem fearful. And when you bring strangers over to your property with a film crew, the dogs are going to behave differently, and that is completely normal. In fact, mine would probably behave the same way. And so I don't think that the accusations being made against her dog's temperaments is fair or accurate. I also don't think that the people that are criticizing the way she keeps her dogs is fair. The reality is that the mass majority of breeders keep their dogs in kennels. Many of them have regular day jobs, and and they have other things going on, and they don't have the ability to sit and monitor their dogs like I do, and have their dogs out and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And even I kennel my dogs whenever I'm not home. You know what I mean? I have a couple that I can leave out, but for the most part, my dogs cannot be trusted alone together. That's just not possible and not practical. It's not safe. And so I don't think that it's fair to judge a breeder for putting their dogs in kennels. Also, when it comes to, her dog's ages of breeding, it's very normal for people to breed dogs for a much longer time than I think some people realize. And I don't necessarily think that that's a bad thing, as long as the dog is healthy and able to do it. Then, I think that that's a decision that's left up to the individual. We all do things differently, and there isn't a one size fits all when it comes to breeding. And there are dogs that are very nice and they produce really nice puppies, and they should be used longer in people's programs than, say, a more mediocre dog that is really just producing a bunch of pets. So, and so I just think that I guess what I don't understand is why people are so negative, because this individual has been in the community for a long time. They have a real solid contribution that they've made to the community. Blondie, stay over here. Stay over here, Blondie. Come here. Blondie, now. And, she's been really active in showing her dogs. I can't say for sure because I haven't looked into it, but I do believe that her dogs are health tested. And so, I don't think that it's fair to try to cancel a breeder that has really done a lot to make a very solid and responsible contribution to the breeding community. There are plenty of people out there that don't do that. They don't health test. They don't show their dogs. They don't title them in anything. They breed whatever they want together. They do unhealthy breedings, like breeding dilute to dilute, and they'll sell breeding rights to any Tom, Dick, and Harry just because it makes them more money. And I just think that when you see somebody that is actually doing all those things, that it's wrong to go out of your way to criticize them because they may do things a little differently than what you think they should. And I wish that the negativity would stop. You know what I mean? There's, I know what it feels like to have that kind of criticism. Like the Corso community, I've talked about it before, is very, very, very toxic. And if you go on to any breed-specific group on Facebook and you mention my name, you are bound to get attacked and bullied right out of that group unless you submit and you bow down to whatever it is that they're asking you to agree with. And I don't agree with that. And so it doesn't make sense for me to in any way condone that kind of behavior here on YouTube, where I have, I would say, more of a following. And, I would like to set an example that we can be nice to one another. We don't all have to do things the same way. We don't all have to like each other. We don't all have to agree to be able to live together and work together peacefully. And I just think that people need to be more understanding and be less hateful and judgmental towards one another. You don't have to like her dogs. You don't have to want to buy one of her dogs to at least be civil. And what I really don't want is people who follow my channel to use the way that I have my dogs as an excuse to hate on another breeder because they do things differently than how I do it. You know, how I do things is how I do it, but it's not the end all be all of raising dogs. You know what I mean? Structure. And so I really just hope that you guys can hear me out and recognize that, you know, as long as a breeder is you know, making a solid contribution and showing health testing and using what they consider to be quality lines, that's really all that matters. You know what I mean? That is a good breeder. And if you do have a criticism, the best thing to do is to be more to be more civil whenever you are going to make a criticism, because the reality is that you're not going to turn anybody into, you know, a changed person by hating on them. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to change anyone's mind with hate. You can, you know, extend a hand and say, hey, maybe you could do things differently or whatever, or why do you do this or whatever. You could try to come from a point of understanding, but I don't believe that just spewing judgment and hate is going to do anything other than create more judgment and hate. And so I really hope that you guys can understand that and kind of try to treat people a little bit better. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that it's only my fans doing that. I'm sure that there's plenty of people that are not my fans that are on there. But I just want to make sure that those of you that are my fans, that maybe I can kind of reach out to you guys and at least let you guys know that I don't approve of it. I don't condone that behavior. I don't have to like her or have a positive experience with her to believe that that's wrong and that it isn't fair to do to somebody. And if we really want to create a more positive environment for breeders and dog lovers, then it starts with each and every one of us. We have to do better. And so I challenge all of you to be more positive and to not be so hateful and judgmental. Blondie, what'd I say? Get out of that right now. Now, Blondie, get out of it. You're a bad dog. That's a bad dog. Oh, you're nasty girl. Oh, you're nasty dog. That's a bad girl. Oh, that's a bad girl. Oh, it's a bad girl. We're you nasty girl. She's eating cat litter. So, anyway, I hope that you guys can take from this what you need, and just kind of, like I said, just try to spread a little bit more love, a little bit less hate, a little bit less judgment, so that there's room for all of us. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? Like, let's just try to let it go. So, that's all I got to say about that. Hope you guys are having a good day, and I'm going to talk to y'all later. Bye.